Hello, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of Reaching for the Bars. This episode is brought to you by Charlie Mike Never Weekend Apparel Company. If you go on the charliemikeneverweekend.com, you can see all of their different apparel that they have to offer. You can also get yourself a new RFTB Studios t-shirt as you go on their website and check out RFTB.
This podcast is also brought to you by Edge Fitness Performance. You can go to edgefitnessperformance.com for all of your supplement needs. All you have to do is at checkout, put in code RFTB for a nice little 10% off, and it'll save your wallet and also give you the best supplements in town.
And now, for your listening pleasure, Reaching for the Bars.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
I'm coming. That's what she said. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome, everybody, to Reaching for the Bars podcast.
Thank you.
Today,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Today, you are here with, to my far right, executive producer Andrew Weis.
What's up?
Clapping for himself.
You clap for yourself?
Yeah.
Your new nickname is Sherwin Williams. Yeah. To my left is to my left is Mr. Caleb Whitney,
Hello, everyone.
and obviously to my right is we're missing Mabry Cook,
Are we?
but he is here and he had a few things to say really quick.
That's because that reminds me of this time that I
Oh
went
my
to
God!
the
No! Shut up, Mabry! Shut up! So Mabry's not here today. He went to a wedding. He missed Finley's birthday party for a wedding.
Peace.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. He's like, Finley, I wish you would like me more. And then he was like,
That'll leave a mark.
and he just bounced.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, so he's like, let me tell you something. I'm not coming to your party. I don't care, kid. So he's not here today, but he'll be here next week. And actually, I think Andrew will be gone next week.
Yeah.
I guess I will EP.
Can we get Abby in here?
EP. She probably would if she's in town. I did a good job.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, relax. Today we're going to talk
gets
about
out
a couple things. So we're going to Caleb has a similar to a biscuit bagel situation.
I mean, it's just a would you rather question.
So it has nothing to do with bread. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing to do with bread.
Nothing to do with food.
We're going to talk about a fight that just got announced. We're going to talk about Andrew's mishap. I guess I'll call it a mishap on I guess I'm going to call it party etiquette.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about some St. Patrick's Day facts because when you're listening to this episode, next Sunday is going to be St. Patrick's Day.
Yep, this coming weekend.
This coming weekend. So, and I have some good stories from having 48,000 people in my house. So we can also go down that road too. So Caleb, why don't you kick us off with a would you rather bagels or biscuits?
Yeah. So
Bagels.
to lead into this question, I tweaked my back. I wouldn't say I hurt it. I didn't truly injure it, I feel like. But I tweaked my back this week. And recently,
What are you talking about?
my
Right before the workout you beat Mabry in?
yes, that's correct. Yeah, that I beat every.
That'll leave a mark. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Wait, hold on.
That'll leave a mark.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You screwed it up.
but that I beat every man in the gym in except for Dusty. But technically, his
I don't
score
even
doesn't
count.
Yeah.
I don't even count because I didn't put it in.
That's because Dusty's really old.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
but
that's
I,
weird.
but I
he beat you.
I beat it. Yeah.
But anyway, so I tweaked my back, and recently Penelope has been sick. Rachel has been sick, and it kind of led to my thought of, would you rather have a hurt back? And you know what kind of I know Dusty knows what kind of like hurt back I'm talking about, where you can't
I know.
where you like have to kind of like crawl out of bed, you can barely get up or stand and that type of stuff. Like picking something up off the ground seems like a crazy thought. Or would you rather have like a typical flu sickness where you're sick, you have the fever for maybe a day, maybe two, and then you kind of get over it and you're starting to kind of get in that recovery stage after like the third, fourth day and stuff like
That's
that.
a great question.
Can I Go ahead. Finish.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
So let me first say this. I know what my answer is going to be, but let me tell you a story really quick that has a lot to do with that. I hurt my back at the gym really bad. This is recently, within the past 6 months.
Uh-huh.
And then, I hurt my back. The next day, I woke up with a really bad flu.
I was like,
So my back was crippled, and I had like a flu or sickness in bed. So every time I sneezed, my back would lock up. And I was, Laura, like, I know I talked last week about my tattoo. I'm not that tough. And there were tears running down my eyes. I would be like, achoo.
Laura's like, why did I marry?
She seriously is like, she's like, you gonna get out of bed today? And I was like, she's like, I guess I'll just take care of Finley all by myself. And I'm like, I can't even breathe. I can't breathe. She's like, take some ibuprofen, get out of bed, go to work. 100% because of my back, I would take the flu. Because when I can't get out of bed, or like you're walking and you're like, and I can't get into my truck, or like, that is the worst thing ever. Yeah. You might as well just be sick.
Yeah. I mean, you're basically useless. Deemed useless.
So both are like temporary, right?
Yeah, both are, like,
you
hope.
Yeah.
I would say, not saying your back's going to completely heal in a week, obviously, but like the flu usually lasts about a week, like full stage, like you start to feel it coming on, you have the worst 2-3 days, and then like it starts to fade away, and you start to feel better those last few days of the week. And then same thing with the back. You hurt it on like the beginning of the week. It slowly progresses, get better throughout the week and stuff like that. So you're not going to be fully go like at the end of the week, but you're able to maneuver and stuff like that.
Joe, so the fact that you just said that kind of changed my answer, because at first I was thinking flu too, because it was like usually if I'm sick, like I can't remember the last time I was like that sick where I didn't just live my normal life, you know? So usually I'll just like push through it. However, if it's a week like that kind of sick, that sucks. I think I would go with the back.
You'd rather have your back crippled. Have you ever had your back crippled?
I feel see that's probably why.
I was about to say, I feel like you probably like you.
I've been hurt before, but not like that.
I've hurt my back to where I couldn't like walk.
Yeah,
that was miserable.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, I'm with Dusty in the flu part, because I mean it's uncomfortable, but there's like I can take Dayquil or something to make it kind of like relieve a little bit.
Yeah.
The back, like you can take some like ibuprofen, but it really doesn't take really anything away. Like you still have that pain and discomfort. For a reference point, if you're sick, you take Dayquil. Like if there was a party you wanted to go to, you could like muster up to go to a party.
Yeah.
When I hurt I don't know if you remember, I went to Lake Tuscaloosa with Mabry and Gabby and Laura, and it was like a work thing. And I hurt my back that morning at the gym.
Yeah.
And not only did I not hang out and drink with everybody, I went to bed at 7:00 and I was just face down on a mattress that's not mine. And Laura got wasted, and my wife never drinks. And the day that she was drinking, I was like, I'm really hurt. I can't be awake. And in these chairs, I have to go to bed and lay down. So like if I had a cold, down an entire bottle of NyQuil, maybe 2.5 bottles of NyQuil.
Jeez.
And then you're just rolling, baby.
Fair enough.
You're invincible.
I guess I've never tried that.
Drinking 2 whole bottles of NyQuil?
Not really.
I was joking. You shouldn't do that.
Don't do that.
I will
I had
drink.
a college roommate that did that.
If I have, if I had friends that drank Robitussin the trip,
Yeah.
it had to be a special Robitussin, but it also made them screwed up so bad that they had to have somebody that was totally sober watch them, and I was always the guy that was like, I'll watch you. Mostly because they were like, and I was like, what are you doing? They're like, there's stuff on the wall. And I was
You're
like,
just messing with
all
it.
right. That's fine.
Playing shadow puppets on the wall.
Yeah, they're like, see that bird? And I'm like, God, you're stupid. We're basically like, I'm not sure how this is going to hurt you as an adult in the future, but you're going to have some kind of brain damage. There's no way you don't. But yes, I would definitely pick the flu over a back injury.
I'm there with you.
So I guess because I don't know how debilitating the back injury could be, like we're talking, you're not leaving the house. Kind of thing.
So like what I did just recently is not what I would consider a true back injury, if that makes sense.
Like
I was
precursor.
Yeah. So like I
say that.
when I say I tweaked,
He's still in for it.
yeah. When I say I tweaked, I need to be careful. And being careful probably wasn't doing the open workout yesterday, but
smashing.
But you
Mabry,
beat
yeah.
Mabry.
Yeah.
I did beat Mabry.
Mabry, do you have anything to say about that?
I don't remember this one.
I can definitely beat that in a fight.
Well, clearly not. Maybe you
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
many
mean,
times we need to tell you.
It's tough.
That was the wrong one. I would have pushed. That would leave a mark.
Again, just a little. I didn't want to.
Yeah, it's too much. Okay, go ahead.
But I have obviously hurt my back to the point where like. Oh, Dusty's switching his hat backwards because I was wearing my hat. But yeah, I have like Dusty talked about, like I've hurt my back before, and where you really can't like move at all, and it's like it's almost like I'm not trying to. It's almost like debilitating, like where you just can't like do anything. You feel useless.
If you feel a sneeze coming, you like pray to the Lord.
Yeah.
You're like, please don't make this.
no.
You're like looking at the lights, like don't sneeze. Please God, don't sneeze.
And then you can't like go to sleep. Like you can't sleep well because like every time you move, your back hurts and like it wakes you up.
Barely masturbate.
Yeah, I mean that's a real problem.
Barely. Nate Bargatze rule in effect.
Good call.
Probably.
Uh,
But yeah,
speaking of my back is broken, Mike Tyson is fighting.
yeah,
Ooh.
that's a good segue. I like
Dude,
that.
I thought about it maybe 3 or 4 minutes ago, and I was like, I can't wait.
Spinal.
My back
no.
is broken. You hurt your back? He's like, it's broken. Spinal. Mike Tyson,
57 years old.
maybe the best heavyweight boxer of all time. Maybe. I know, like, if you're a
The
big
most
boxing
feared
fan,
boxer of all time.
for sure. When he was in his prime, he was the most feared.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He's fighting the problem child, Jake Paul,
How old is he? Like
20,
26, 27?
26. Yeah, probably that.
He's about my age.
But
I bet you he doesn't bring ice cream.
there's
to a party.
there's so many like things that are coming out about like
27, so he's a year older.
27.
He so here's somebody made a good what did they say about this? Like his boxing, like Jake Paul is pretty good. I'll say he's pretty good.
He's got some power for
but
sure. I
but
mean,
Mike Tyson,
it's not like a.
He's not a professional boxing level.
here's something that
No, he hasn't fought
at this
that
point in his
much.
career, he's fought some good people. Like he is a boxer. Is he like a top tier professional? Like he called out Canelo. Did you hear that?
Yeah, Canelo doesn't need.
Like Canelo's, it's not even on his radar. It'd be like if I was like, Andrew, post this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Canelo, I want you. He'd be like, no, absolutely not. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Who are you?
But just so you guys know, in like the fight world, the last thing that you lose, like, so you lose speed, you maybe lose some of your technical ability. The last thing you lose as an athlete in boxing or MMA is your power. That's the last thing to go,
Really.
Which isn't good for Jake
which
Paul.
is not good for Jake Paul, because Mike Tyson had devastating power.
Yeah.
And he's like, he fought at heavyweight. Like he was a small heavyweight,
Yeah.
but he fought at heavyweight.
I think I saw the lineup right now. He's 57 years old. He's 5'10". He's 220 pounds. And Jake Paul is taller and lighter than him.
He's a load, dude.
Yikes.
Like,
So here's what I'm afraid of. Just so you guys know, if you're listening to this, we should do the fight companion for it.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
But like, here's the reality: when Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr.,
Yeah.
do you remember that?
yeah.
They had a gentleman's agreement. They weren't going to go to the head. They were like, "We're old.
Yeah.
Let's not do this to each other." If there's a gentleman's agreement, Jake Paul probably wins. If there's like a gentleman's agreement, like Jake Paul's young,
Like,
he's
no,
fast,
Like not going for a knockout kind of
like
thing.
not going for knockout. If they're just like, no, this is actual boxing, I'm gonna try and knock you out, Mike Tyson will knock him out.
Yeah.
That's
He's
what
not
I
going to play around, I feel like.
I mean, that's fair. But I will say, I've seen like these recent training videos. Mike Tyson is still
He's
very
still quick,
fast.
yeah.
You're on my side. You're on my side. You're saying the same thing I'm saying.
I'm saying, but you just said like Jake Paul's fast. He could win in the long game.
Jake Paul is fast and young. Like he's
Yeah.
gonna have some, it's just like if you're 25 and you're fighting your dad, like you have some advantages over him.
Yeah.
But Mike Tyson has devastating power still. And so like Jake Paul's going to be fast, he's going to have conditioning, he's going to have all those things, but it doesn't matter. Like Mike Tyson has absolute one punch knockout power.
He also has a lot more experience than Jake Paul does. Like
Dodging. I mean, this guy's a monster.
actually fighting true professional boxers,
Yeah.
like throughout his career. Like, I don't think Jake Paul has fought. I mean, he's fought fighters. I understand.
He fought
but
Fury.
Wait, dude, look at those
He fought Fury's brother,
Look at those.
Tyson
Yeah.
Fury's younger brother.
Yeah.
But he's not a great boxer.
he's not. Yeah,
and he
that's-
lost.
And yeah, and he lost. To him. So in my thought, like, boxing is a skill. Like it's definitely a skill to be able to like pick up on different movements, be able to read different people as you move into as you go throughout it. Mike Tyson was successful as a professional boxer for many, many years.
Yeah.
And one of the most feared boxers ever. Jake Paul is just picking people like that he thinks he can beat because they're not true professional boxers.
Yeah, he's definitely doing it
and,
for money.
I mean, like you just said, like Mike Tyson was the top of the sport.
People were
for
terrified of him.
decades. And still, are you kidding me?
people still
Decades,
are.
relax.
All right.
But yeah.
How long?
What?
How long was he?
You know, he went to prison like in the prime of his career.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
went to
because he
prison.
bit the ear?
What?
Is that because he bit the ear off?
No.
No.
He beat his wife up
Yeah.
to a bloody pulp.
Mike Tyson, are we talking about the same guy?
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I know this is a shock to you.
He seems so nice.
Have you seen that video where the guy's like, he's like, Jeff Epstein, the financier? Wall Street? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the pedophile? He's like, no, not Jeff.
I'm sorry. Do you mean minor attracted person?
Oh, sorry.
You scumbag.
Golly.
You know, people listen to this podcast. How dare you?
I sure hope none of them do.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Yeah. In fact, if you're
Yeah.
listening to this podcast
Kill
and you're
yourself.
and you agree with what I just said, delete your subscription. I don't want you to listen to this podcast
right.
anymore.
Yeah,
they're
don't subscribe.
pedophiles in this podcast.
But if you aren't that person, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be great.
Yeah. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Like, he was at the top of the sport.
Yes,
right,
he was
for a
top of the
long
food
time.
chain. Yes, he was.
Like, to me, how is this really any different than like Logan Paul going to play, at some indoor league football team, and then he was like, Tyreek Hill, I want to, whatever competition with you. Like, what I
Well,
mean?
the difference is Tyreek Hill is still playing football at a competitive level.
That's fair. Yeah.
So you need to relate it to someone that's older and stuff like that. But
you understand that when
That's
Mike
fair.
Tyson was in his prime, he was winning fights on fear. Like guys were like, they're like, hey, good news. You got a heavyweight title fight. And they're like, oh, good. Against who? Because there's multiple different organizations in boxing. And they're like, Mike Tyson. And they're like, excuse me?
Who is that?
Just Mike Tyson. And they're like, I don't want to do that at all. And they're like, well,
That's crazy.
I heard. Now I could be wrong in this, but I heard the amount of money they had to pay the people to fight Mike Tyson was like astronomically higher than any other fighter that's like ever really, because
it was essentially a death sentence.
Yeah.
Like you were fighting Mike Tyson in his prime, like in the 80s, in the late 80s, when like in this era.
Dude, I mean, look at this man fighting.
He also was like, he wasn't big, and they were just like, don't let him get close to you. And he just got close. He's so fast.
Yeah. Dude.
And he knocked out so many. If you've never seen his body shot knockouts, they're more terrifying than the headshot knockouts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I feel
whenever
like
people
almost,
stop because
They
the guy's
just like,
punching.
if they have this gentleman's agreement and Jake Paul's like, I think I'm good, he'll be like, and starts getting hit in the stomach.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I really hope they don't have a gentleman's agreement and they're just like, let's let it fly, dude, and see what happens.
I feel like it's crappy to have a gentleman's agreement if you're.
I have a
22-year-old.
really
You
hard
gotta have a
time.
shot.
So when he fought Roy Jones Jr. and they had that gentleman's agreement, Roy Jones Jr. is one of the greatest. So it's like it doesn't like hurt his career.
yeah.
If Mike Tyson loses to Jake Paul, it he obviously
hurts his legacy.
But you're like, do you want? I wouldn't let somebody do that. To me, if I was like,
yeah.
I would be
Mess
like,
up
no,
your
I'm
legacy.
not.
Mike
letting
Tyson's too prideful,
Which is why it makes sense that he, like, why would he do a gentleman's agreement? If-
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that's not the case. Did you ever hear why Mike Tyson stopped training and like was not doing any boxing at all? He said when he's training, essentially, I'm going to paraphrase, essentially he can't turn off the killer instinct. So when he's training, he wants to kill. So like he doesn't train, and then when he gets back into training, he's like, I need to knock somebody's head off. And so if you're Jake Paul, you should be a little worried. At least a little worried.
I gotta give it to him, dude.
You understand
some balls to do this.
I said this last
Dude.
night. This is maybe the so we're in a time in history where this may be the last time you ever see Mike Tyson walk out to a ring with boxing gloves on.
Yeah.
Everybody should buy this fight.
Yeah.
This could be it.
Yeah.
You never see. We're lucky to be able to see him in a ring with boxing gloves on, ready to compete.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's true.
So it's pretty cool.
And I hope it's
Especially at
real.
this
I hope
age.
it's not like, I hope it's like you said, the gentleman's agreement, or like Jake Paul has all the money in the world. And Mike Tyson, I'm sure, is very wealthy as well. But like, I feel like sometimes like money plays a factor into some of these things where they let them get away with, like, the other boxers, like, oh, I'll take a fall on this. Like, I'll let you get me on the chin for whatever amount of money and stuff like that. So I hope that's not the
Boxing's a pretty corrupt sport.
Yeah,
So hopefully it's not the case.
But I don't think Mike Tyson has a legacy to uphold. Like
Yeah.
What if it's the other way around? I mean, Jake Paul is like, obviously he wants to get his name in there as a fighter, but like he also is new to the sport. He wants recognition. He wants the fame. So like he might have he might be taking the fall.
Well, he wants money,
Yeah.
but also he's competitive.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
I think this is one of those things where I've seen Jake Paul's boxing matches. The guys that he's knocked out, he's legitimately knocked him out.
Yeah.
He punches
there
hard.
was that one KSI or whatever. They were like, oh, he flopped. I was
No,
like,
dude, like
he
what
hit
the
that guy.
punch he hit Ben Askren with was a legit punch. Like when he put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Ben
A wrestler.
Ben Askren's a terrible boxer, but like he recently knocked somebody out cold. Oh, speaking of
Back to Mike
dude,
Tyson.
speaking of
Oh,
knock
yeah,
somebody
this
out
rap.
cold, Did you see the Ngannou knockout?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nuts. Let's find it.
Dude, Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, I mean, knocked this dude down in 3 times in one round, and then in the second round, and the last knockdown was a crushing knockdown. Watch this.
It just
Boom!
Yeah.
Dude, out cold. Watch him. He flops back on his leg.
Yeah, he like bent the knees.
Not good. Out cold.
Dude, oh, that's rough.
I mean,
That's the last time Ngannou
Look
will
at
box.
his eyes.
So-
Well, it kind of like you said this. Or I think you said this. It was like, when you watched a little bit of this, like he just forgot that those boxing gloves were a little thicker and he could get closer. I guess.
Well, here's the reality. Tyson Fury didn't do this to him. Like, Anthony Joshua was in there to headhunt.
Yeah.
And you saw right there, a good boxer moves his head now. He ducked his
earlier.
chin. He
Yeah.
ducked his chin and basically was like, here it is.
yeah.
He was
And
like,
he
"Oh,
took it.
it's too late."
Like a boxer at Anthony Joshua's caliber, he threw one punch. Watch. One punch. So typically a professional boxer at this level,
Yeah.
you don't get that shot. You have to set that shot up with other punches. You have to
right.
throw a jab, throw another punch, and then you land that.
You see his
Anthony
eyes.
Joshua was legitimately like, you're too slow.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this punch at your face,
you're done.
and then you're going to sleep. And that's exactly what happened.
That's fair.
You're not I feel like you're not getting that shot on a Tyson Fury or a
Tyson Fury is
Or
moving.
Mike Tyson.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom. Yeah, hit the head movements. This is the difference between MMA and boxing. Is
Yeah.
MMA fighters typically their head movement is so much worse than like there's no head movement.
So you don't really have to worry about them getting that close. I feel like
That's not head movement. That's seeing a punch coming and you're bracing for impact.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
you're
yeah,
not.
He's like, oh,
he's
it's
not
over.
moving.
Yeah.
He's just being like, oh, here it comes, and just like turtling up.
He even lets the one hand that should be guarding that punch
He's
down.
Well, you have to also understand, people are afraid. Like people that have fought Francis Ngannou are afraid of his power.
Oh, yeah,
so they're
dude's
not
got a
doing what this
monster.
guy did. Like he just stepped into
Right,
the
right.
pocket.
Yeah, so he wasn't
He
used to it.
he
That's what I'm
got
saying. He
into
didn't expect
yeah
it.
he got into Francis Ngannou's punching range and then threw a punch of his own. People don't do that because they're like, oh, Francis may
It's
knock
huge,
me
yeah.
out.
Yeah. If I do this,
If I step into him, but when you're Anthony Joshua, so there was going to be another fight like him against Deontay Wilder. I don't think there's any benefit. Deontay Wilder punches harder than Anthony Joshua, so I don't think there's any benefit for Deontay Wilder to be like, yeah, I'll knock out this guy that you already knocked out easily.
Ngannou's just like,
Yeah,
Easily.
it doesn't help his stock at all.
Like Anthony Joshua's great boxer, but Deontay Wilder might have the most power of any boxer ever, and he puts people absolutely to sleep.
yeah. It's so interesting that like when I heard that Ngannou was doing this, I thought it was an MMA fight that he got knocked out in. I was like, dang, really? Then I was like, oh, it's boxing.
The guy that
He's been getting into boxing.
the guy that he's about to, well, there's way more money. So he
Yeah,
basically
that's
made,
weird.
this is like a $10 million punch. Boom, $10 million. There you go. Have it. Enjoy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not getting that in the UFC.
The guy that he's about to fight in MMA in the PFL is not very good. He's going to destroy him, but this is a bad look for him for boxing, for making more money.
Yeah.
He needed to have a good showing. He didn't have to beat him. He just needed to be in the
Not-
ballpark.
Yeah, not get knocked down 3 times and knocked out once. And
He said he was gutted.
You look at him, he's like,
I'm gutted.
he like doesn't even speak English anymore. It just knocked the English out of him. I only know French now. Cool. Yeah, that's super good. Let's definitely watch the Mike Tyson,
yeah.
Jake Paul fight. We'll do a fight companion for it. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
What day is it? Let's find out.
It's in June
They-
or July.
so we got plenty of time.
Plenty of time to figure it out.
I bet Mabry's out of town that weekend.
He already knows. He's like, I'm gone. I'd love to do it. I've got a lesbian wedding. I can't.
July
make it.
20th on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Let's go, baby.
Oh, that's
Sick.
interesting.
It's probably free.
So 420. I'm sorry.
What?
Nope.
Not 420.
Try.
That's 720.
720.
Yeah, there you go.
Johnny.
We're watching Netflix and we're watching Jake Paul versus Tyson.
It's going down.
It's going down.
In the AM.
Is it in the morning?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's just
that'd be
that-
great. The only problem is boxing is super. We should actually probably start the fight companion into the card because they don't like UFC will push things. If there's a knockout,
Yeah.
they'll move things forward so it doesn't last as long. These guys will just let it like so. If you weren't supposed to fight till 10,
Oh, they'll just
let you sit there and watch nothing until the next fight's up. So it's boxing is the worst, but I want to watch that.
Will it be like a whole card, do you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There'll be guys that get famous off of doing this one.
Oh, so I have a cool story.
Okay.
Now that we're kind of done talking about, well, I'm going to keep it on sports for a second.
Cool.
Jason Kelce, sorry, just recently retired this past week. And it's a cool story for me just because my background is athletic training. So if you notice during his retirement press conference, he had his ankles taped.
Okay,
Like,
no, I didn't notice.
Oh, well, I mean.
I'm glad, but why?
But so they're like, oh, why do you have your ankles taped? It makes no sense at all. He was explaining that he had the same athletic trainer for his whole entire career with the Philadelphia Eagles, and his last season, this past season, the athletic trainer developed cancer,
Oh no!
and he was going through chemo. So for the last 10 years, he had there you go. For the last 10 years, he's had the same guy tape his ankles for his whole entire career. And then all of a sudden this year, he didn't get him taped by that guy because he was going through chemo, going through all that type of stuff.
That's why they didn't win the Super Bowl.
And the athletic trainer posted the athletic trainer posted like, he's like, I respect Jason Kelce. He's a great man, that type of stuff. He's like the biggest regret I'll have is that I never got to tape Jason Kelce for his last game or anything like that.
Oh Jesus!
And
I cry.
So Jason,
God,
Looks like he's crying right there.
so Jason reached out to him and said, "Hey, will you come in and tape my ankles for my press conference?"
Come on, dude.
So
could this guy be cooler?
So yeah,
there's no way.
so
It's
he
not possible.
so he has the athletic trainer that he's had for however many years, like however many seasons he's played, right? Come in, he tapes his ankles, he walks out into the press conference, and he sits down for his retirement speech in the press conference. And I was like, I mean, as an athletic trainer, like that's my background and everything. That's like such a cool story because people don't realize that athletic trainers have such a close, and not just athletic trainers, but like the strength and conditioning staff, all these other people have such close relationships with the people that you see on TV,
and how like pivotal they are to these players.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, their families probably like associated with each other outside of the sport and everything like that. So like it's just very cool to see. And then Jason Kelce is just such a upstanding individual. Like he's the complete opposite of his brother.
Yeah, so much better than his
Do you think we
brother.
can get him on the podcast?
Jason Kelce,
Dude, honestly, I think if we just shot him a message, he's cool enough that he'd
he's
be like,
so
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
We'd be like, hey,
I'll come down.
we're in the top 10% of all podcasts. Let me start with that.
But he got a lot of.
He's like, how many viewers? We're like, don't worry
don't worry
about it. Just know the numbers.
viewers or listeners,
and
don't worry about either one.
and we're
you
like,
imagine?
dude, you tape his ankles.
He doesn't want. I mean, I haven't taped an ankle in years.
That's
but
okay. You
I'll do it.
Practice with me, and then you be, you know,
His ankle's gonna be a little bit girthier.
you should tape Dave Fall's calves.
That's not
Stops
gonna
being a
help
little
him.
wimp.
Jeez. He doesn't listen to this. But yeah, Jason is such. I mean, he's just such a cool guy.
We should
mean,
message him, dude. Let's message him.
We'll get Abby to make a little thing of this, and we'll tag him. See if he.
Well, hold
see
on.
if he
Let me
shares
get
it.
this one. Jason Kelce may be one of the coolest guys I've ever seen on planet Earth. He should come on this podcast.
All right. He's also the same guy that whenever he was at the Kansas City Buffalo game,
He just trash talked his brother.
well,
He was so drunk.
yeah, he was so drunk, and he hops out of the suite where Taylor Swift is,
Yeah.
and he goes down to a little girl. Not really. I feel like he probably never even talked to Taylor Swift at all, and probably just grabs this little girl that's like, I'm only here for Taylor Swift, and like brings her up. He's like, hey Taylor, this girl's here for you, and like just brings her up to the stadium. Like
When you're that drunk and you're that famous.
Dude, he did not care. He was in sweatpants and no shirt in Buffalo in the middle of like January.
I should say this.
That's a question for a father's though. Would you let a drunk NFL player pick up your daughter?
If it was
and walk
Jason-
away with her?
It's Jason Kelce, yes.
Yeah, so if it's Jason Kelce, yes.
Fair enough.
If it's Ray Rice, no.
If it's his brother,
yeah.
nah.
Yeah, so let me say this because I think it's important to say that if Jason does come on the podcast, I do not like your brother. Do not like him at all.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's just get.
And
it
it's
out
not
of
even
it.
his choice in women. It's just his, like, he's a vaxxer.
It's mostly the choice.
He's like, this is brought to you by Pfizer. It's like, shut up, idiot. Idiot.
I feel like they're
boy.
quite a bit different, and they're just like their
ruining our chances.
personal
You
lives.
think that's
speak
what ruined it?
Their personal lives speak differently about them. You know what I mean? Like Jason's a good committed father. His wife he's had for years. Like all these different things.
Jason.
And then Travis like ditched his whatever girlfriend that's probably more attractive than Taylor Swift.
Probably more.
I've never
Definitely
seen her.
more.
I've never seen her, so I can't speak. But
Somebody posted his last two girlfriends and then Taylor Swift, and they were like, this can't be right. It's just these two knockouts.
Oh, it's like that. What y'all think of the Love Is Blind thing I showed y'all?
I forget what it was now.
dude.
So we
The-
talked.
Oh
about,
yeah,
Megan
yeah, yeah,
Fox
yeah,
thing?
yeah,
we
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about on the podcast the
His girlfriend, his
Chelsea
ex-girlfriend.
Love Is Blind. This is the girl that said she looked like Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think this is when I said I look like Ryan Reynolds.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, this
So this is
episode.
the girl that she alluded. She was like, well, my friends say,
That is the worst picture ever.
she said, my friends say I look like Megan Fox. I don't really see it, but
Who are your friends? Ray Charles?
herself. No, it's, if you watch it, it's not like it's very obvious that
Did
she's
you wa-
saying that to try to get in her head. Yeah, I've been watching it. It's pretty entertaining.
Okay, I was gonna say. So you've been watching
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Is what you're getting at. Okay.
Yeah, I admit it. It's
All
a
right.
fun
You can
show.
admit it. It's fine.
Now go ahead with your story.
So the girl, this guy who, by the way, this guy's kind of a loser, anyways.
Obviously, by the haircut, yeah.
Yeah.
Never
He's just kind of
You
like,
about to say it's my haircut?
No.
I have a way better hair than
No.
that guy.
I was
Okay.
gonna say that. No.
Okay.
the girl he
looks like
left
someone
her
we know.
for. So
my
he was kind of like between two girls. What? No, just stop. We're done.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. He doesn't listen to this podcast. He doesn't listen to this podcast.
Okay.
That would have been fine.
What do you mean we're done?
I don't
Keep
like
going.
it. I don't like it. Whatever y'all are talking about.
It was,
It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad.
You'll
You'll
yeah,
be
it's
fine.
not bad at all. He doesn't listen to this podcast anyway. Does he? Do we know that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, actually, we should probably not say his name. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So
His old girlfriend.
the way it kind of works is like, some people just like hit it off right away and they're like, oh, this is my person. And it's kind of cool, like, to see it happen. But like, but then there's some people, they're like, oh, I'm kind of between two people. And like this guy was between this girl and a different girl. But like he was like pretty into the other girl, but the other girl was just like, honestly, just much more mature and like had her crap together. She had a kid and like was figuring her stuff out. And he was like intimidated by that.
Yeah.
And so he was like, oh, I'm going to go for this other girl. Plus, she looks like Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, am I right, boys?
This is the girl that he
Man.
dumped it with.
I mean,
And did he see her? Did he know what she looked
No,
like?
Love
I don't
is
know.
Blind.
I think maybe. I haven't gotten that
So
far
you
yet.
think that he was like?
Oh, they chose, and then afterwards he saw her after, right?
Well, so-
Is that what you're
I
saying?
think we can all agree
So
that
he'll-
she looks more like Megan Fox than the other girl.
yeah, truly. So he gets. They basically once they you have to propose to meet each other.
Whoa, she's 29. She is beat up.
you have to propose to meet the other person.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. You have to propose to them without seeing them.
Holy crap!
And so they
mean,
and then
that's
they
kinda
put them
crazy.
behind doors open, and then they meet each other.
And they're like,
It is-
oh.
What if?
And
What if
he's
you
like,
never proposed?
"Bleh."
so there are some good stories, and there are some obvious like
This one?
yeah.
It's a pretty bad.
This one's funny because it's like this guy clearly is like
He was like, Megan Fox is pretty awesome.
But there's also some where it's like, oh, I never would have really seen you at a bar and gone out with you, but like, I'm actually pretty attracted to you, and your personality is amazing. So it's cool. But
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is she crying?
because
She just got dumped by that guy.
yeah. But
Dude.
it's actually kind of nuts because she like goes a little off the rails when she breaks up with him because she goes, when you see me, you're gonna choke. And I'm like, you're right.
Dude, look at this guy. Like, what is he? He has no business even being with that girl anyway.
Yeah, no.
He's a total chud.
He's definitely with the right
He's
girl.
like Megan Fox. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I deserve somebody that looks like Megan Fox.
But it's like she doesn't look that terrible, but it's her personality is awful.
Oh, is
Who?
that-
Who?
yeah.
Megan Fox girl?
Yeah, Megan
She's.
Fox
It's,
girl.
why?
If you
She
say
is-
that,
she is so toxic. She's
How
like,
so? How so? Does
I
she
mean,
say
if you-
does she say minor attractive person?
yeah, she's like a huge lib. No, I'm just kidding.
She's a
She
lib.
probably is. But she's like a little gaslighty, and it's like there's a whole meme going
know
around
who's
right
good-
now where it's like this is her vibe where it's like, I don't know, honey. You said you were gonna be home in 15 minutes, but my phone says it's only 14 minutes away. Who is she?
Oh my god.
oh,
Like that kind of vibe.
You know who's really good at gaslighting? You. You're like the best
I'm
at
so
it.
good
Yeah,
at
you're really good at it.
I was in a 4 relationship where I was gaslit pretty hard. So
Like Andrew,
I'm a king.
somebody asked Andrew the other day why he's at the 5:30 a.m. He's like, I've always been here. And then he's like, and then he looks at me. He's like, gaslighting is always the answer. I was like, you're the worst, dude.
what are you talking about? I've been here since day one.
Well, maybe the time change for the 5:30 a.m. will clear some of the.
So I have a good idea.
Evils.
I have a good idea, but explain gaslighting.
Oh, it's when you.
fully.
It's
So gaslighting-
no. Let me do it.
I don't.
I'm way
okay.
better at it. I'm way better
You
at
have
it.
to, wait, are you just gonna do it, or are you gonna?
Huh?
Do you even know what gaslighting?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
bet
yeah.
You don't even really know.
I do.
what
I know
gas-
exactly. It's you never
Gaslighting
take
right now.
responsibility for your thing, and you always put it on the other person.
Oh, okay.
Kinda.
That's exact 100% what it is.
How did
That's part of it, but a bigger part is like you're basically making somebody think that their opinion is crazy, even if it's logical.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see what
So
you're
it's
saying.
So if I drank your soda, and you were like,
"Did you have some of my soda?" It was halfway. I was like, "Caleb, no, it wasn't. It was a quarter way."
yeah,
And you're like, no, and it makes you rethink what
You're
your
like,
thoughts
was it
are.
a quarter weight? And like, obviously, you were like, did you drink my soda? And you could actually see him drinking your soda.
Yeah, you
And
saw-
Andrew being
what are
like,
you talking
I've never even had a Coke Zero. And you're like, what? I've seen you drink those.
Caleb's like, that's gaslighting.
It doesn't
Okay.
make sense to us because what
we're
you're
men.
missing, because honesty, because of honesty.
Yeah. So you basically take the blame off of yourself and put it back on
Yeah,
the person
exactly.
that's blaming
You
you.
never take responsibility
Yeah.
for your own actions.
Yeah,
You just
but you make
put them on
feel
somebody
crazy for thinking the way they do.
Where did that? I just wonder, like, where did that? I wonder where that term came from. Like
else.
gaslight.
Liberals.
Well, I mean, like gaslight.
commentary.
You think about like driving in a car, gaslight
Oh,
like
I
pops
see.
up. Like,
Let's find out.
did it come from like a faulty gaslight?
Oh, I see what you're asking.
Like thing.
My mom gaslighted me this weekend.
Yeah.
Can I tell you the story?
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
yeah, we're waiting now.
She definitely doesn't listen to this.
Pretty relevant.
She doesn't listen to this podcast. But you know,
Wait, I got it right here.
I obviously said I had somewhere in the ballpark of like 16 people in my house, and she was like, I mean, I barely got to see Finley, and I was like, there's 18 other people in the house that want to see Finley, and she's like, I can't believe I didn't get to see her that much. And I was like, what is going on? You understand? She's right there. There's 12 other people, and you've seen her a bunch of times. So I was like, I will not put up with this. I'm
First
getting
of all,
drunk.
I don't like that I looked it up and it says a man to a wife because I feel like the girls are taking this.
Yeah, the girls are more girls are gaslighters. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
coined
That's why it fits Andrew well.
Yeah.
from 1938 British play called Gaslight. So it's from a play apparently, in which a husband manipulates a wife into thinking she is crazy by slyly changing the intensity of the gaslights in their home when she is left alone. That's kind of funny.
Okay.
Speaking
So it is from like a light.
like a gaslight.
Yeah.
An actual light.
Yeah. Speaking of gaslighting, Andrew made a mistake this past weekend.
Perfect
And,
segue.
and he actually
I've never
did
made a mistake. He's
and he actually did not gaslight. He actually
like-
took responsibility.
He's like, I've never bought ice cream.
I
my
did
whole
try
life.
to blame Todd, but
You tried to blame Todd? How did you try to blame
Sliman?
Todd?
you don't remember.
No.
No, how did
is
you
he
blame
even
Todd?
How's he even in this
You
scenario?
must have had too many beers by this point. I'll tell you.
Oh, boy.
We'll tell the story
Okay.
first.
Yeah,
so I
thought it was
texted.
funny.
Well, let me
Dusty's
think
story.
about
It
this.
had
Let me
nothing to
think
do with
about
Todd.
this.
It's just funny.
Okay, so I texted Andrew in the group. We have a podcast group,
This might be one of the funniest things that
and I said, Andrew, are you on your way or whatever? And he was like, I'm just about to do this. Like, why or whatever he said.
He's
And I was
got-
like,
okay.
I need ice.
he's coming to Finley, Dusty's
Yeah.
daughter birthday party.
Her 1 year
So
birthday
that's what's
party. So I
going on.
texted and I said,
A birthday party.
I needed ice.
Say that again.
A birthday party.
Okay.
It's a party is the most important part of that word, or
Birthday.
so anyway.
I'm just thinking about the things that are at
So
birthday parties.
I asked Andrew for ice, and then I put my phone down, thinking I didn't need any follow up answers. That I just needed ice, and that somebody would that Andrew would take care of it. Well, he shows up to the party,
Of course.
with Finley's gift in one hand, and in the other hand, a bag. He opens it to me and says, "What do you think about this?" And I look at it, and it's just ice cream. And he goes, 1 chocolate, 2 vanillas. And I said, okay. He was like,
So confused.
he's like,
I was like, why are you happy?
he's like, I got it. And I was like, all right. He's like, you asked for ice cream. I was like, no, I didn't. He's like, no, in the text message you asked for ice cream. So he did gaslight me because I was like, did I ask for ice cream? I mean, I've been drinking. Did I say ice cream? And I look at the text and I was like,
No, I pulled it up. This is how it happened. I was like, it says it right here. You asked for ice. Yep. Yeah.
Yep, I was definitely. So Andrew was like, I mean, I haven't laughed that hard because the confidence where he was like, what do you think of, because his follow-up
Dude, I was
question
so stoked.
his follow-up questions were like, what flavor? And had I seen
I
that,
texted you what flavor. Or I was like, actually, no, the first text I said was, hey, if I take a right at the exit, can I go somewhere that has ice cream?
so,
You said that.
Yes, I said that.
but I didn't look because I didn't think I needed to
And
look.
then my next text was, what flavors do you want?
And so he was like, 1 chocolate, 2 vanilla. I don't know how you landed on 3 ice creams.
It doesn't seem like a lot of people.
so
But no bags of ice were brought.
no,
bags of
yeah.
ice.
In fact, my wife had to leave and go get ice.
I could have brought ice whenever I came. But
We didn't know you were coming until it was too late.
that's true.
Yeah,
We're
so
going to take that risk again.
it was if I texted Caleb, hey, can you get ice? He would have brought Rocky Road. It would have been a nightmare. But just the confidence of you being like, what do you think about this?
Dude, I was so stoked. I was like, I made a good choice getting 2 vanilla, 1 chocolate.
The way you said it was like, you're like, you see that? That's a chocolate.
All right,
These
so
other two?
No Neapolitan.
So I want to get into a little bit of the like what's going through your mind. You see ice,
What's going on in your brain?
but
right now?
but and then he said, and then Dusty might have said something after that.
All right,
but he says ice, and then you just automatically go to ice cream.
So
Instead of you're going to a party.
yeah, birthday party where
Often,
has cake and ice cream.
Birthday, but oftentimes people that are going to a party, they ask for like, hey, can someone pick up a bag of ice on your way? For a
It happens all the time.
For a cooler of drinks.
It happens
a
all
cooler
the,
of
all the
whatever.
time.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
How many times in your party career have you been asked to bring ice cream?
Gotta be at least once in there.
Okay. How many times have you been asked to bring ice? I know once at least.
It's been a minute. It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Yeah, I mean, just as like, I know for a fact if Mabry had been here, he would have brought me 10 bags of ice. There would have been no follow-up questions. There just would have been ice.
All right.
You show up and you're like, I just want validation for the fact that I brought ice cream. And I'm like, but we didn't need ice cream.
Yeah. The funny thing is if you would have brought ice, like you're not even looking for validation that you brought it. You bring it in, you literally open it, put it in the cooler that you find, whatever the first, like, hey, I put that ice in the cooler already. Like you're good to go. And Dustin's like, thank you for doing that. And then that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
And then you bring in ice cream. You're like, hey, huh?
Well, I needed to know the flavors for choosing correctly.
You like a little chocolate, little vanilla?
It would have been hilarious if you would have brought something like obscure, like mint chocolate chip.
I know.
Huh?
See, but that's why I was proud of the choices because there was
Chocolate and
mint,
vanilla?
But
there
also, to
was
be fair-
cookies and cream, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
But to be fair, you were proud of the choices and you didn't even know what kind of ice cream I wanted. Like, I like Oreo. If I ask you to get ice cream, it's going to be Oreo. I'll tell you that right now.
So the main thing that went through my mind is this just like a birthday party. I knew I was going to a birthday party. And so
Yeah.
that's what was in my mind.
Yeah.
And so when I looked at my phone, I was driving, so I was just listening to music. And then I saw the text come in, and then I picked up my phone to look at it, and I just read it. And I read that it was like more than a line. I just saw ice, and my mind just filled it in. And it was just like, oh, he wants ice cream for the birthday party.
Can
That
you
makes
get
sense.
ice? Ice cream is what he needs. I will get the ice cream.
But there's a reason that I didn't read the text thoroughly. And that reason is Todd Sliman's fault.
Oh, I do remember
okay,
now.
okay, yeah.
I do
Get-
remember
get
now.
to the top
That's
line
right.
part.
I remember now.
So
So just to be clear, Todd, if you're listening, Andrew would like to blame you 100% for his inability to get ice for a party. Go ahead.
I just think this is hilarious because you always say,
Yeah, let's gaslight Todd now.
I find an excuse. So
Let's gaslight Todd for no reason.
Try to find one. So the reason, and this is actually no real fault of Todd's. It's actually a good thing that he did. We left the gym after the open, and he passes me.
Oh, wait a minute. He didn't pass you when you were getting the ice cream?
No, this was.
So
the
you're
morning.
telling me that
Let me tell
6
the story.
hours
Let me
earlier this
tell the
happened?
Story.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
In the morning, he passes me, and he notices, "Hey, Andrew, you're a young fellow on his phone,"
Yeah.
and I'm ashamed that I was texting and driving. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
So
Wait, didn't
called-
he have to text and drive you?
He called me
Oh,
on
okay.
his
Oh,
little,
okay.
He just said
This means phone, just for you that are listening. He pressed a button. It's his phone.
It was self-driving. He just said, "Call Andrew." His little fancy
Weiss. What? Vice.
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 So he calls me and he was like, "What are you doing on your phone, man?" He kind of guilted me a little bit, but it was good. I needed to hear it. You're like, you know what, Todd? You're right. I shouldn't be on my phone. So that whole drive, I wasn't on my phone until you texted me, and I was like, "Oh, I need to read this text real quick." So I looked at it, but I didn't thoroughly read it.
So you looked at your phone but didn't.
So thanks for making me safe, Ty.
Okay, so just to be clear, just to put to round the edges on the story, you didn't get ice because Todd 6 hours earlier said you shouldn't text and drive,
Yeah.
and so you didn't even read the text. You were like
safe.
you're like, that's enough words. I don't need to look at any more words. I know there's 12 more. This will be fine.
Is I could have just clicked the message and Siri would have read it to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have like an Apple CarPlay in your car.
Yeah, Siri.
Oh, dude.
I mean, he doesn't have he has like the poor person's Apple CarPlay, but yeah.
I'll be honest, that's a real thing because,
Poor person's Apple CarPlay?
yeah,
Yeah.
we're not,
What do you mean?
but Apple Car, but because if I'm driving the Subaru, I'm not like if you guys text me, I'm not looking at my phone at all. I won't respond to anything. So if you guys are like waiting for a response, you have to wait till wherever I'm going to get there. If I'm driving the truck that has Apple CarPlay in it, it'll pop up with like a little, you got a message from Dustin Labar in this podcast. And then I'll click it. It says what it says, whatever you
Oh,
sent.
well, I say a lot of funny stuff. It doesn't have my right inflection. That's why you're not laughing. Because it's a robot reading it. You have to read it in my voice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's why.
I have to mentally think, but and then I can like speak and say like what I want to say to respond if I want to respond.
Which would have been good. It would have said ice very clearly.
Yeah. Ice. And you were like, cream. I'll fill in the blanks here, Siri. I will say this right now. I will never buy a car. Move
Without
from this
CarPlay,
point
yeah.
forward
Oh.
without CarPlay.
Dude,
It
that
is
is like the craziest thing.
when I found out my work truck had it, and I found it out totally by accident. I had no idea it had it. I plugged my phone in to charge it,
Yeah.
and Apple CarPlay popped up on the screen. I was like, "What in the world is this? What treat could this be?" I won't even. I mean, I have to use it. I
No,
can't not use it.
I'm with you. Yeah,
It's the best.
It makes it so much better. Like,
All right, well, you don't have the same thing, but yeah.
It is car.
It's an aftermarket
My
one. It's fine.
my in-laws drive their I think it's a 2015 or 2014 Jeep Cherokee and Grand Cherokee, and they came to visit, and they were talking about like, oh, I wish I could put my phone up on the screen like it is in their newer vehicle that they also have.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you could try this, and I like, plugged in his phone to the Jeep, and it popped up, and he's like, how'd you do? When I say he's owned this vehicle for the last, I don't know, 7-8 years, never knew it had it.
My God, Caleb's a wizard.
He's like, how did you do that? I was like,
Caleb.
Did you
Turns out
gaslight
he's
him?
a software developer. He just put it right
Did you gaslight him? You should have gaslit him.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, I just built this for you.
Yeah, I built it out of nothing.
Get some brownie points.
Of course, I
with
can take
in-laws.
care of your daughter.
I feel the need to clear the air and tell Todd personally that this is a joke.
I'm going to text Todd about this
Don't take
while
this
I'm
You're-
driving.
Wait, hold on. You're clearing the air on a podcast that everyone can hear with Todd personally.
Yeah.
Todd does listen to this podcast.
I know
He
I'm
does.
going to come to the gym and he's going to be like, my fault.
He's
Nobody buys chocolate, vanilla. Nobody.
Nobody.
He's like, you buy Rocky Road, you buy Neapolitan, you buy vanilla. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, Dollar General
Don't
Ardmore
be
only
cheap.
has so many options.
If I asked Todd Slyman to bring ice cream to a party, he would have brought the whole store. He would have bought. I bought 50 flavors. Is everything
He's
good?
like, I bought Bluebell.
He would have.
But he also would have said.
he would have brought Halo Top. He's like, it has less calories.
But he also would have said this. But just to be safe, I brought ice. That's what he would have said.
he would have brought his own cooler,
cooler
too.
with ice.
Yeah.
And then I can keep the cooler because he's rich.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, he's like, I brought
That's
this
a cool way to
Yeti.
get things.
He's like, I bought this Yeti. It was at the store. It was only $100, so I just bought it.
Oh, man, is that,
Only.
they're not that. They're way more than that.
I feel like Todd wouldn't do that. Todd's definitely purposeful with his money.
In my brain, Todd
That's true.
just spends his money frivolously. I know he doesn't, but in my brain, he does.
Definitely not for you.
Not for me. Okay, so this week, if you're listening to this podcast on Monday, which I hope that you are, or Tuesday, or Wednesday,
Or Sunday, right on it.
if you're listening it to
if you
missed
listen
a
to
whole
it at
week,
all,
in the next 7 days, if you listen to this episode, this is going to be very topical.
Topical.
It is St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, what do you say on St. Happy
Happy Patrick's
St. Patrick's
Happy
Day.
St. Patrick's Day. You say it like that, like a white girl. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
With your,
I've had so many bigger penises.
jeez.
That's gaslighting, right?
I don't think that's gaslighting.
I just gaslit you, bro.
Maybe that's like a negative, but there can be positive gaslighting. You think like,
Okay.
I think it's small, and she's like, no, honey, it's big.
Yeah. And you're like, I know it's not. Don't you lie to me. So
They're probably sitting in their car with their Starbucks green latte.
Ooh, that
Ugh.
sounds good.
oh my God.
That sounds good.
A green little, yeah.
Will you drink it?
A green little what?
You drink it out of your butt?
What's wrong with you?
Are you going to make green eggs and ham for St. Patrick's Day?
No,
Is that when you're supposed to do it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. If you guys are listening to this episode and you want to hear and you haven't listened to us for the past 2 or 3 years, go back
2 years.
Go back 2 years and listen to our St. Patrick's Day episode. Maybe Abby can post what it is. But me, Mabry, Caleb, and Andrew get into a conversation. I don't know how it gets there about
Spiders.
snakes and spiders in Australia. And it may be like the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life.
See.
Yeah. I mean, well, give him some. The St. Patrick eradicated,
We think.
we think, spiders on what, Ireland?
Yeah, out of Ireland.
And
St.
there it is.
Patrick versus snakes.
When
This
was it?
episode.
Oh,
it was 2
snakes?
years ago.
Oh, maybe it was snakes,
2
not
years ago.
spiders.
14th, 2 years ago.
But
Check it out.
But
Look
the
at
funny
that
thing
spike,
is
dude.
he eradicated these things out of a country that really didn't have them in the first place.
Yeah, that was the joke is that he was like, you don't have to worry about these any longer. I've taken care. It's like if I was like,
He like brought a couple of them and like He was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's like if I said I eradicated zebras from Alabama, everybody'd be like, "What?" I'd be like, "I got rid of all of them. That's why you don't see them."
This might be a question I'm going to regret because we're trying to get on topic here, but what do you have to do to become a saint? Like, what's
Get canonized. You have to be nice.
Yeah, you
That
have to do
People,
something.
you're
You have
not
to
going to
do-
get it.
me? I feel like I'm a nice guy.
You have to do something pretty significant.
Am I not a nice guy?
Yeah,
Like
but
Padre Pio
Did
is
you
now
like-
Saint Pio, and he got the stigmata.
did you
I
like?
don't know who Pio is.
Saint Pio, he got the stigmata. He had the wounds of Christ.
Hey, let me give you some perspective.
That's
Mother
pretty-
Teresa is not a saint. Yes,
She's not? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think she might be.
You said yet.
yeah, she will be.
I think she is already.
No.
Search Saint Teresa.
Saint Teresa. Hey, speak it a little louder.
Mother Teresa. She was canonized. Oh, so she was.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm a liar.
Yeah,
but
just like
you have-
almost 10 years ago.
Do you
no
have
big
to be
deal.
in?
Yes,
Do you have
I'm
to be in the Catholic world to become a saint, or can you
Yes.
just be like a normal human?
yes, he had to be.
Oh, I don't think you can be like just like us, like hanging out and being like, this guy's a
Actually,
saint.
you know what? I don't know that for sure. But the Catholic Church is going to be who canonizes you. But I guess you might not have to be Catholic. But most of the time they are.
Has there ever been a saint alive that was canonized while they were alive? I guess I should say.
I don't think so.
It's
I think
always
that's
after they're
kind of
dead, right?
The whole thing, but maybe.
Have any saints been canonized while alive?
Oh, you have to die first to get.
Well, that's
become
why
a
I'm
saint?
not sure.
If not martyred, the person must be responsible
So pretty much they have to be dead.
for the occurrence of the
Beatified. What does beatified mean?
I don't know.
Somebody rocked her world. So let's
There's a lot of crazy words in the Catholic Church.
beat.
Beatification. I don't know what that means. Beatify. Canonize. Okay.
So it's the same word.
Yeah.
Beatified, canonized. Okay. How to become a saint? Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera's like, this is definitely how it works. Okay, so
Anyways.
We
Saint-
should adopt that.
the real Saint
What?
Patrick was born in Britain. He was a British guy.
Yeah, that's kind of like why he was a saint. Is he brought
So
Catholicism
he was
to
more of
Ireland.
like a hello, governor.
Everybody in Ireland was like, we're happy with what we believe
He's
in.
like,
He was like,
"No."
no, you're not.
Get on your knees for half a mass.
God.
Well,
What?
here's a
I
question.
understand the confusion.
He's
I
like,
do.
free this steak.
I don't like joking about that.
What?
He's a saint, man.
Here's a question about British people. Why are men
They so
more
insufferable.
attractive?
Go ahead.
Why are men more attractive with a British accent, but women with a British accent are less attractive?
It depends the girl. Depends the woman.
She's like, I
'cause
look
they're-
like Megan Fox, eh?
Well, I think so here's my it's because you know that their teeth are jacked up.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I mean, it's just a thought.
Oh, Mother Teresa.
Attractive British.
What'd you say? You, Mother Teresa? What?
She got some some Naomi Watts,
And there's definitely some good looking.
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, well, they probably had the money to fix their teeth.
My.
Oh, Keira Knightley. That's right.
Who's that top left guy?
This guy's a cool guy.
That's the guy that was. He was the nerd in.
Yep, he's in We're the Millers.
We heard the Millers
Oh,
where the
that's right.
spider bit him, and now he's beautiful.
Yeah, and
He-
he's in that. He's in the show The Bear, and he's in.
Did you guys all see that Bradley Cooper had work done? He got plastic surgery. He looks stupid now.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. This is very topical.
Wasn't that the guy you look like?
Well, yeah, but after I saw that, I was upset.
Hey, that second row on
Why
the
are
far
these all
right.
men?
Oh, wait. Who's that girl?
Second row on the far right.
Who's that girl? It's Jess.
No.
Which one?
Far right.
Second right, far right. This guy.
No,
Cumberbatch.
second row.
Well, second
far
row would be
right.
the second round. There
Second-
you go.
This guy?
Yeah, that guy looks like Ellen DeGeneres.
Is that Ellen DeGeneres?
Doesn't it look like him?
This?
No, it's
Or
not.
her?
It's
So
not.
clearly a man.
I mean, it's, a
not
man.
clearly.
I know.
It's not clearly.
It's a man, but
Who's the girl? Who's the girl
Who
with her
is
hands on
this?
her hips?
that's who doesn't
Let's
want to
skip
see.
this. Yeah, I don't care about this.
I don't
13
know who
most
that
beautiful
is.
British.
Oh, that's Kate Winslet.
I'm not getting this.
Is it?
That's Kate Winslet. Yeah,
Zac Efron is a.
he's not British.
He's not. Why is he on here?
Is he?
No, he's not British.
Well, he's on this. He's in this picture.
Could be.
Are English men attractive?
He's not English.
He's American. All right, we got off topic.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead. Yes. Sorry.
Saint Patrick was never canonized,
Oh,
Really?
so he's not a saint.
despite his status as he might be a saint now. Saint Patrick was never actually canonized by the church during his lifetime, which I thought we decided that couldn't happen.
Oh,
Well, maybe it can, I don't know.
This was primarily because such a process did not exist. Oh. It wasn't until
You didn't have them.
It wasn't until 993 that Saint Ulrich of Augsburg became the first saint to be formally canonized.
Oh yeah, it says he was never officially canonized by the.
So he's not a saint. So it's just Patrick's Day.
Officially, yeah.
so it's just
It's just Patrick's Day. Yeah.
That's
and
actually
then,
interesting.
you know,
I
they
wonder
wear-
why. I wonder if maybe he's not that good of a guy. In the
you know they
Catholic
wear
side.
green for St. Patrick's Day, but in actuality they should be wearing orange.
Why?
Isn't that the thing?
We talked about this for sure.
Isn't that the
Yeah,
thing?
Yeah,
I
we
do
talked
remember.
about this.
But
Yeah.
why? I can't remember.
Let's not dig into it.
Yeah.
Let's just say it and
I
then
think-
pretend it's real. And then
Was that gaslight our audience?
no, you guys are wrong. Green is wrong.
Green is
Orange is
wrong.
right. Don't look it up.
I'm gonna wear orange on St. Patrick's Day.
Leprechauns. Oh wait, did I skip through?
Wait, it's Sunday? Is it a Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, so I won't have to see anyone.
There were no snakes around for St. Patrick to banish from Ireland, so we knew that.
Yeah.
He's a liar.
We talked about that.
He's basically a traveling salesman.
He's a snake whisperer.
Classic British.
Leprechauns are likely based on Celtic fairies, which seems a little racist or
Celtic
something.
fairies?
Yeah.
Do you believe in
You're gonna ask me if I believe in fairies.
no leprechauns?
No, I don't believe in leprechauns.
Is this better, right?
What does it matter? Do you believe more in one or the other?
No.
Yeah.
have you
There we go.
ever met Colton Mertens?
Oh boy.
What is he? A leprechaun or a fairy?
His mom
I
died.
feel like a leprechaun.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping him out of the jokes for a little bit.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Like he listens to this podcast. He's like, guys, what
Hey,
the heck?
hey, next year, we got you.
Yeah, we're gonna destroy you.
No, I'm just kidding.
The shamrock was considered a sacred plant.
What was
Here-
the
isn't
shamrock
it lucky?
shake invented in Ireland?
No, I think that was McDonald's.
Yeah, dude, those things are so good.
McDonald's 2001
I have probably that sounds probably right.
is a guess.
I used to get one of those like every week when I was a kid.
You
Shocked.
talking every week?
Oh yeah, it was bad. My mom liked to feed into my bad habits.
And that's why you're gay fat.
Oh boy. Fair enough.
Mabry, if you're listening to this, I'll explain that later. It's a good story.
Mabry's on the line. We don't really know. We'll have to get
We're all gay
a
fat.
qualified.
It's not
opinion.
just you. We're all gay fat.
Yeah, we'll have to get a
we're all gay
professional
fat.
opinion.
No, I don't think we want that. Jamie's very honest. It's almost too honest.
Yeah.
The way he said it to Andrew last night was too quick. I didn't even finish asking.
Yeah.
Is Andrew? They're like gay fat.
Dang it.
Ireland's only female patron saint, Bridget, has her own holiday. Like, who cares? Like, seriously, who cares?
She's like,
She has her own holiday?
I'm Saint Bridget. Everybody's like, shut up, lady.
We're dyeing the river green.
yeah. Did you ban any snakes? I don't think so. Maybe from somebody's pants.
Jeez. Isn't
She's like,
isn't Valentine's Day a thing too?
St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Is that what I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Golly, we are the worst. We're like, what about Valentine's Day?
That was recent. Saint Valentine was a real person.
Okay.
Search St. Valentine's
Is that him?
Massacre.
Come on.
Are you, oh. My God, he looks pretty good.
Yeah. That's a good picture.
I didn't know they had collared shirts back then.
Massacre. I've never heard of this.
You never heard of the St. Valentine's Massacre?
Oh, it's a movie.
No, it's a real
How do you spell
thing.
massacre, Andrew?
It's a real thing.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So
It was a murder of 7 members. Oh, 7? That's not many.
I think a massacre is
God.
is 5 or more.
Is that true?
I think so.
How many people is a massacre?
Stupid liberal.
Search
about-
how many people. We better ban guns. Shut up, idiot.
Oh,
could
it might be. Hold on. I think it might be 3 or more.
How many people? No, there's no way 4 people's a massacre. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble.
Well, let's see.
How many people is a massacre? How many kills?
I'm
is
not
a-
typing that. I just
Why?
I refuse to type.
Also
the
search
word.
how to build a bomb. Would be helpful.
What is the literal meaning of a massacre? The act or an instance of killing a number. So it's not.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking serial killer.
So one can't be a massacre. I guess you could massacre. Well,
Maybe a serial killer is defined by 3 or more. Maybe that's what I'm
how many people is a serial killer? Like how many people does how do you say that?
What?
How many murders does it take to be? There you go. That's right. A serial killer.
Oh, as a massacre. It's
A service dog.
Nothing.
3 or more.
Where's
Okay,
three
that's
or
what
more?
I'm thinking.
It only takes 3 to be a serial killer?
What do you mean
What
only?
are you talking about? What?
What?
How many people? What?
I thought it would be at least 10.
You're telling me if I killed somebody and then like did some crazy like my sign of the kill and then did it again, you'd be like, that's just a normal killer, guys.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
connection.
Well, see, I think about cereal.
You're like, where are we going here?
I'm thinking Lucky Charms. And
Yeah, exactly. It ties it back into St. Patrick's Day.
He gaslights all the time.
I've never gaslighted anybody ever. You're the gaslighter.
Got him.
It's really only 3. I'm really shocked.
It's a 3 or more person.
Like I would just call that person a killer.
But you're telling me if well, maybe it's not me. Let's stop putting the blame on me.
And just like if it was me, if you had 3 girls in your Subaru, it's not a serial killer. It's a normal amount of murders.
I'm trying to think of like the only thing I can think of is like a quintessential sign, and this is I'm ashamed that this is where my mind went. But like, let's just say this guy
They had like
and he hangs them from a hook on town hall. Okay, that's how he kills them. And it's been like 2 already. You're telling me you wouldn't be like, there's
you
somebody
came
on
up
the
with that
list.
really quick. I'm gonna be honest. You came up with that really quick, dude.
Yeah. You also are like, you're like, I don't know, maybe in town square. Like what town square?
What?
Like what town square around
Nate,
here?
All right,
Yeah.
man. We'll just say.
All right, man.
Stop gaslighting me. You know that's
So,
weird.
All right, now here's the follow up question to this. It says 3 or more people or persons.
With the murders taking place over more than a month.
So
Over more than a month?
so does that mean like what if you kill 3 people at one time?
Oh, that makes.
You're not a
sense.
serial killer.
You're just
Yeah,
a
that's a
massacre.
You're a massacre.
Massacreist.
Massacreist.
A massacreist.
Okay, and then
Sure.
if you do that another 2 more times within a month, you're a serial killer.
So here's what we should let the people know. If you don't want to be considered a serial killer, kill a bunch of people
And
in
make
less
it
than
random.
a month. In less than a month. Because then it's not serial.
That's right.
To be
It's not-
honest, like I've always thought about this, like typically we
Wait.
catch serial killers because.
Why have you always thought?
Well, I like true crime a lot, so like I think about these things, but like we always catch serial killers because they're doing like the same thing, right? That's like the whole thing. You're like, oh, they got him again. Oh, it's another person dead in the same ditch. You know what I mean?
You think people are putting people in the same ditch?
They put him in the same
They're
spot.
like, we got you. Oh, come on.
How'd you find my spot?
Why would you come to this ditch again? You guys you're good. You're good. You guys are good.
you
know what I
picked
mean,
up
yeah.
on the clues, huh?
Like generally we solve those crimes because people are like it's predictable, right?
No.
A lot of the times that's true. Yes, it is.
No. We now solve these crimes because of DNA evidence.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But
We used to never catch serial killers.
but a lot of times they have the same MO, right?
Yeah, but we also used to never catch them.
Well, yeah.
I think the combination
But what
of
I'm saying
DNA
is, like-
and then also
Did none of these people, I mean, they're obviously psychos, so they're not thinking very well anyways, but like, do they not think that they would get away with it longer if they like completely changed the MO every time?
But that's not what gets them going.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a thing. It's
You know,
it
like
has to get them
Ed
going.
Kemper? That guy's so crazy to me.
Who?
Oh yeah, he's on that show. They do a thing of him on. There's a thing on Netflix called search Netflix serial killer show.
Are you talking about,
I read the book actually.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Netflix serial killer show. God,
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter.
Yeah.
I read the book. It's pretty good.
It's a very good show.
It's the guy that created the behavioral unit for like serial killers for the FBI.
Yeah. So Caleb, this guy, if you ever heard of him, he was this guy in California. He killed his mom and grandparents when he was a kid, and
They
did some
deserved it,
obscene
though.
things. Jesus. And he was
Some people deserve it.
he was called the co-ed killer because he would go to colleges and like pick up girls hitchhiking and then kill them. And then, but what's crazy? This guy was like a genius, like straight up highest IQ in ever, and like
No,
super
I don't know
smart.
if it's the highest
Maybe
IQ
ever,
ever.
but like, he was really smart.
Gaslighting right now.
Yeah. But like the reason he turned himself in, and the reason is because he was basically like, I'm too smart. Like he realized
You'll never catch them.
Yeah, he realized how bad he was for society that he was like, I gotta go to jail.
I don't know if
Isn't that
that's true.
crazy?
I don't know if that's true.
That is true.
I feel like
If
that's not true.
if it is true, that is crazy.
That's
Have you?
crazy.
I don't read a lot of books. I've read Mindhunter. It's a very interesting story.
I might need to read.
He got to go. He got to talk to what's his face?
Stephen Colbert.
Yep, that's it. Nailed it, dude.
I don't know.
Turns out to be a serial killer.
He's serial killing our nation.
Comedy.
Yeah.
No. We went to several ways.
Yeah. Well,
I thought he was kind of funny.
he dang it. Who's the guy that gave everybody ass LSD and made them kill for him?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Talking about fuck.
Oh,
What?
drink. Give him a
What?
shot.
I'll take a shot. That's fine.
You have to do it.
I will.
Just drink the rest of this.
That's a shot.
Better get to work. This
You're like a rule's a rule.
this podcast brought to you by Clad's May Straight Bourbon
Oh,
Whiskey.
there you go.
I'll take a shot.
That's a
Clyde
shot, yeah.
Mays, yeah. Is that a shot?
What the heck was his name?
That's all.
Clyde Mays.
No, what the heck was his
Oh,
name?
the other guy.
The most famous.
It was on my mind. Now
the
it's
most
gone.
famous guy that was like, he was like, and when he went to prison, he was like, I didn't kill anybody.
Charles
Actually,
Manson.
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 So this guy
Osborne.
from Mindhunter would go interview serial killers to get into their brain.
It's creepy when he talks to him.
Yeah. It's a great. I'm actually going to go back and watch that
Charles
again.
Manson is such an interesting case because he didn't do anything.
No, he definitely did. God, Andrew. He didn't murder anybody. He should be walking around.
He didn't murder anybody.
So you're saying that if I tricked you into murdering somebody and then you went to court
I'm not saying.
and I was,
Hold on,
and
hold
you
on,
were
hold
like,
on.
Dusty told me to do it, and I was like, so?
Before we keep going here, Andrew, take your shot.
all right.
I can, and I
You don't have to drink the rest of it.
I feel like you have to. Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
that's what happens.
Hey, good job, man.
Good
That's
job,
another
dude.
glass bottle I can break.
You also owe James a bottle of Clyde Mays now. What?
Can I see?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Caleb just goes.
You see, I said it too. I'm gonna go back and watch this show today.
Yeah, we should.
No, I'm gonna do it by myself at home.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
I'll text you about it. I'll be like, "Did you?" I'm having some of your ice cream.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna eat that ice cream tonight.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
It looks good.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't look good. It's a cheap Dollar General ice cream.
Probably pretty good though.
I mean, it's ice cream.
Speaking of ice cream, the Irish were once scorned in America.
Yeah, it rhymes. Irish.
You know what?
scream.
I'm gonna give up on this St. Patrick's Day. This is really a great. Yeah. If you
It's a
have you
good
have
show.
you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Mindhunter.
Rachel would probably hate it, but
Yeah, I
it's
don't think so.
She
It's pretty-
she watched a documentary on Amazon about cults, so she might be interested.
She
in
might
this.
like it. Well, this isn't a documentary, which is cool. It's like an action, like a
live
show.
action show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're doing it based on this guy that created the FBI behavioral unit.
Yep.
Yeah. So he
It sounds
what's
real
that show?
serious.
What's that show?
There-
Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
That show is based off what this guy has created. Like you get into the mind of a serial killer.
Yeah.
Why he does
And
it.
They like go interview people. And they kind of. It's cool.
Criminal Minds is funny to me.
Criminal Minds.
Caleb's
is
like,
so dark.
they got him again.
Well,
Criminal
no,
Minds is so dark. I
not
remember.
because it's dark, but it's the way the story goes the same way every single time. Like it's like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Where like the one dude, the Jack dude, always
everything's fine.
makes the arrest
Can I-
every single
can
time.
I say this
Captain
though?
comes to the end and he's like, "Oh,
Can I say this? Laura thinks Shamar Moore, that's the black Jack dude,
Yeah.
is super hot. I couldn't look less like Shamar Moore. She's like, he's really attractive. I was like, God, that hurts. That stings. That stings a lot, if I'm being honest. You don't think that old dude with gray hair is hot? No? Okay. Well,
got a surprise coming."
oh boy.
You're,
Boy, oh boy.
you're like the 6'5" tall shredded black guy's hot.
Cool.
Interesting.
And,
cool.
and she's also like, did you read that article about Shamar Moore where he tries to, like, he can't get small enough? If he just lets himself go, he gets too muscular. I was like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I have the same issue.
Same problem that I have. It's you get too jacked, and you're like, what do I do with all this muscle? It's a curse, really.
Oh my god.
It's a dang curse. Me and Shamar Moore.
That's probably why I like true crime is because of Criminal Minds. My grandma loved that show. And so I was like probably 8 years old watching that show with her.
Your grandma was a serial killer.
I think my
She's like,
my
"You need to
sister
get a
watched that
Subaru."
show. He gets Subaru.
Yeah, she's too immobile to be a serial.
Do you have the? Which, I'm not saying she doesn't now, but she might have used to do it. How many women serial killers have there been?
Not many.
Let's guess.
I'm gonna say
5.
Oh, I was gonna say 9.
How many, Andrew?
I'm gonna go 3.
Okay. Oh,
four.
we're pretty
wow.
close. Pretty
wow.
close. Andrew was, or
Well, hold
Caleb
on,
was the
hold on.
closest.
It's an estimated there have been over 450 female serial killers throughout history, with an average age of arrest being at 33. Okay.
And African Americans being what?
20% of that.
Why would they need to put that in
I
there?
don't know. Yeah,
they're just doing-
that's
That's a low
weird
percentage.
Stat. That's
They're
a
just
weird
doing a
stat to
study
put
on
in
this.
there.
But why would you say that?
Well, that was just a snippet of it. I bet they go into more detail. It's all statistics. So.
But why would they put that on the main thing?
I don't know, man. It's just scraping a sentence.
There's 80% left. Why would they put that 20% in there?
That is weird. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not like, oh, quote unquote woke person, but that's a weird stat to put in there.
It's like, and 12 of them were gay. And you're like, why does that matter?
Yeah, seriously.
Honey Humans, an encyclopedia of modern serial killers.
The men doesn't even count out because there's so many.
Hunting, they're like, did you search man? It's like, human.
Hey, Andrew, do you remember whenever I said that we should record what we talked about after the podcast? This is what I'm talking about.
That's terrible.
Because we said, hey, you want to hear about St. Patrick's Day, and we're just talking about serial killers now.
Yeah.
we gave them what they want.
We gave him almost 8 facts. And now we're here.
Almost.
Now we're here. Yeah. Now we're here.
Oh man. Okay.
It is estimated that there have been 400 female serial killers with a history of an average age of being arrested at 33.
Yep, that's what I read.
Like Lizzie Borden, was she a serial killer or is she just a massacreist?
Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie Borden. You ever heard Lizzie Borden got an axe, gave her father 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her mother 41.
Gosh.
You ever heard that?
Tried and acquitted. She was acquitted.
Oh boy.
Do you think she'd be trans
She
today?
axe murdered her family.
She got away with it?
What seems that
I mean, back in the day, who cares? She's got a black and white
1860.
photo.
Yeah, she's hot, dude. She looks like Megan Fox.
She died. She died of pneumonia at 66.
She murdered her family with an axe, and she was like, "This cough, I'm sure it'll be fine."
She killed herself with it.
Oh, it was her stepmother. That was fair.
Yeah.
You never
I feel
heard
like
that rhyme?
I have heard it, but
I've never heard of that line.
So is she a serial killer, or is she just like a normal killer?
I mean, it sounds like a rage killer to me.
And why did Lizzie Borden murder her family?
I think like most female killers are like that's kind of out of rage.
My God,
Whereas
why? Because they can't control their emotions.
I'm not. Just,
That's exactly what you
saying
said.
that.
That's exactly what you said. For the ladies listening,
well, let's just look up. Let's look up.
Mood rings.
can you search?
Oh, mood
Why
rings.
do women like true crime?
It's the first one. Why do women kill?
Wait, did you see the one? Why do women have periods?
I've always wondered.
Why women kill? This is about a TV show. Are you searching the internet for why women would commit murder?
I'm sure it's been studied.
Why do? Yeah.
I mean, there's
why do
400.
women serial kill? They're like they
Ooh, financial
The
gain.
most common is financial gain, whereas men it's often sexual gain.
Wouldn't it be funny if somebody put on Wikipedia why do women serial kill is because they want to make breakfast themselves?
So this is
They want
by
to get rid of the cereal.
this is by Penn
gotcha.
State University, by the way.
What?
Well, it's all petty.
What he just said.
They were like,
Penn
and pedophiles don't come here.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't have anything to do with the study, but I just want to let you know.
the
So
ways in which
what they're saying is basically what they're saying is women are more logically driven
yeah.
because financial gain, and then men are more emotional driven
He's saying the opposite.
by
No.
sexual gain, because
just saying
sexual
women
gain
kill
is more of a lust and more of an emotion. Financial gain is more of a
Oh yeah, I see
thought
what you're
out.
saying, Dusty. Yeah.
You're saying the
Yeah,
opposite.
but I feel like if
Is there any soda in there?
a girl is
Give me a
gonna
little top off on
kill,
your soda.
it's like
Pour a little soda in here.
okay. Yeah.
A little more. Jesus. That's good. Jeez, too much.
Wow. The ways in which they kill also differ. Women's prefer primary means are poison, and men's are asphyxiation.
So we like to choke. We're like,
That's right.
oh my God. Oh my God.
Caught it immediately.
No, you didn't. You said the whole thing. You said,
All right.
do you like that? And then you're like, oh, I didn't say it. I caught it almost immediately. You guys are wrong.
Yep.
Gaslit.
I didn't say it.
Okay, so what are the most...
This is inside the mind of a female serial killer. Okay.
From Penn State
Men are far-
University.
So I think I've heard... You've all heard of
pedophile
like...
university.
So men are far more likely to target a stranger and to have stalked their victim. Women are more likely to target somebody familiar to them and more than twice as likely to have murdered a spouse or partner.
So I think there's like a big thing. There was somebody called the
Interesting.
Black Widow that killed her husbands for money. Like she kept getting married, killing the
this is
husband.
like elderly people, ill
Yeah.
people, or children. Oh, God, children. That's sad.
Why are they killing children?
I mean,
See, this is
So
goes
they
back to
can't
why are
have
they
the
serial
inheritance.
killers?
just ask Casey Anthony.
Oh my God, she's innocent.
Hey, Andrew, I'm truly interested. Is she attractive?
Casey Anthony?
Is she hot?
I don't know. I
Look
mean,
her
I was
up.
young when
Have
she.
you never seen her?
I don't know.
Do you know what she looks like?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't want to. Even if it was true, I want to.
Okay, don't look at those pictures.
Yeah.
No,
Search
she's
Casey
good.
Anthony hot.
She got a dog face.
What'd she do? Kill her kids?
Yeah, she put her kids dead in a trunk or something. Like
She did what?
Okay, hold on. Let's find out exactly what she did.
This is very important.
Is her trial still going on today?
No, she got away with it.
She got away with it
she
for
got away
real?
with it?
Yeah. What the?
You should hit her up, dude.
The jury found Casey not guilty of first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and aggravated manslaughter of a child.
But guilty of 4 misdemeanor counts of providing false information. Like she's like, I didn't kill him.
I didn't kill him, but I guess I lied.
They were like, that's false. You did kill those kids. What if you should message her and be like, maybe you were with the wrong guy.
You want a little stability in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah, she killed her kids, and they were like in her trunk or something like that.
Oh my, did she drown him? She drowned him.
Something like that.
I think she drowned him. Well, she should go to jail.
Is okay.
Yeah.
Back to my original
this
question.
is like the OJ of 2010,
I don't think that's true.
2011.
Andrew,
OJ
she-
decapitated 2 people.
OJ Simpson,
Yeah. Allegedly.
the running back,
Yeah. Allegedly.
Buffalo
No.
Bills running back, AFC East,
Allegedly.
the NFL player. You're talking about the same guy.
Yeah,
Are we
but,
sure you're talking about the same guy who killed
the
somebody?
White Bronco.
Allegedly.
I think that's so funny. Like just like taking a celebrity that's obviously a criminal and being like,
I don't know. Obvious.
We're gonna release this episode, and then like Tuesday after he's gonna be knocking on all of our doors.
You think OJ is? Hey, world. It's OJ. I heard you guys talking about me.
I killed a podcast crew.
Yeah. Decapitated them.
The only one that's left is Mabry Cook.
Gotta find him.
He didn't say anything bad. Yeah, he basically cut their heads off with a knife.
Who?
OJ.
Wait, what?
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Are you talking about the same guy?
the glove
football
didn't
player?
fit.
Yeah, he must have quit.
Like the legendary running back. Are we talking about?
I
the
remember
same
so
guy?
clearly my dad watching that trial and yelling at the TV that he was not even trying to put the glove on. Like I remember my dad being like, he stiffened his fingers and was like, doesn't fit, obviously. Couldn't have done it. And and the jury was like, my God, he didn't do it.
Look at that. His hand's too big.
He's
funny.
like, his hands will never fit in those isotoner gloves.
I just think that's the funniest thing. Like that skit where that guy on Conan was like, or no, it wasn't Conan. It was Jimmy Fallon, I guess. And he was like, you know Jeff Epstein. He was like, Jeff Epstein, the financier.
He did that on Jimmy Fallon show.
Hold on, let me find.
I'm
it.
Are you sure it's
surprised.
Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna say.
surprised because Jimmy Fallon would be like, Biden is the best president that's ever lived.
Let me think. See if I can find it. We'll just watch it.
Just searches Jeff Epstein.
Hey, this is still a podcast. We probably shouldn't just watch.
fine.
Let's quietly sit here
Yeah.
while Andrew
Yeah.
searches it.
We'll figure it out. Anyways,
Well,
this is pretty long actually.
that's what she said.
You're gaslighting again.
Yeah. That's a fun episode. I enjoyed that. I know we were going to talk about St. Patrick's Day, but hey, this is better.
We gaslit you into thinking.
We
that.
also didn't really answer any of the questions we have. We don't know really how many exactly serial killer women are, why they do it, how many men there are.
There's over 400.
What is a massacre? We don't really know any of the answers we
If
ask
you're
questions
coming
to.
here for facts, I mean, come on.
Let's
not
gaslight them.
Yeah,
They're not coming here.
This
for
is
facts.
your fault we didn't get to the facts.
that's right.
If you guys had a longer attention span,
Yeah,
we'd be able to get to the facts.
yeah. Only 2 or 4 more hours.
Yeah, we could get
Hey, if you made it this far in the podcast, you should message Andrew personally
Oh, boy.
and
I don't like where
ask,
this is going.
and say, who's in the trunk, Andrew?
yeah, and say who's in the trunk. And if you say that,
I will
Maybe-
send you a picture of my trunk and clear my name.
Yeah.
oh,
They're like, that could be any Subaru.
and maybe we'll send you a T-shirt.
Oh, actually, that's a pretty sweet.
A t-shirt
From
that
Charlie
says-
Mike
That's,
Never Weekend.
that's a pretty thing. Oh my God, could Cat get one that says "What's in the trunk"?
Oh,
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So if you made it this far in the podcast and you message Andrew
Personally,
specifically,
yeah. Just to Andrew,
yeah,
not to the podcast group.
It can be on Instagram, Facebook, or
his
text
phone,
message.
yeah, his
or his phone.
and say "What's in the trunk."
What's in the trunk?
We will send you a T-shirt that says "What's in the trunk" and RFTB Studios in
I'm
the
not
back.
paying for that.
I'll pay for it.
All right.
Yeah, we'll pay.
So I'm gonna say this right now, Chris Mason, you just won yourself a shirt.
And
I'm getting more than what you're telling him to say. He's gonna say way worse.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be it's not gonna be good, and he's gonna post it on social media.
On his cabinet business
Yeah,
page.
yeah. What's in the cabinet?
he never responded to my text message, by the way.
Which
Sorry.
one?
The one I sent last night about.
Well, he's in Italy doing weird stuff, taking
he
pictures.
sent
of,
us a. Never mind.
buying statues of Mussolini. All right, this has been fun, guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
Mabry. We love you. We miss you.
We love you.
Thanks to everybody that's listening.
I beat you in the open. Or this one workout.
Good. We don't know. We'll see what happens.
Got another video.
Let's do
All
another
right.
one.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh
wait.
Oh,
I just feel like
Can you get Mabry to say goodbye?
we need to bring this one back.
Can you get Mabry to say goodbye?
Oh sure, we'll just
Let's do it
I
again.
can definitely beat that in a fight.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
goodbye.
Peace.